Well, I didn't know. Didn't tell me.
All right, so GDC, if you are going, fantastic. We'll look for your posts. So we'll talk about that in the leads meeting, how you can involve us from afar, because we're all very jealous that you're going. So please include us in whatever you can, and bring back that fodder, so those swag, so we can see how you did. The stories are really important too. We'll have a little bit more information in the leads meeting for you to disseminate to your team members. Who's going in the van? Okay, you guys are lucky not going in the van. I think there's about 14 people going to be shoved in there.
3 on the roof.
3 on the roof? Okay, a lot of duct tape.
That's what ropes are for.
Okay. All right, so over here is the list. You want to go ahead and tell them about that?
Yeah, so first on the first team going up is Buzzkill. I don't know who else is past that, but yeah.
All right, leads. You've been around the block for a number of times now. You know how this goes. Everybody got your devices off? Please go ahead and do that. We are recording and streaming this morning. Be ready to go so that we can hop through here as quickly as possible and get you guys out for sprint planning. Let's go.
So this is our updated start menu. We have our start option. We have these 4 new features with our shop, options, leaderboards, and our quit menu. Our start menu is a branching UI. It'll lead into where you can click on our campaign mode or our endless run mode. We are working on getting that feature up and running. We will have that working for our next build review. Something went wrong in our code. We're fixing it. We have new enemies implemented in the game. Give me a moment to turn this down, sorry. That's up, bad, down. There we go. We have 3 new enemies implemented. We have the hamburger person. We have the security guard, and we have the pilot. What else do we have? Oh, we have 3 new soundtracks. One which is implemented, where you can hear Atlas barking. We have our time, distance traveled, how many people you stung, coins collected, bank coins, and then we have our score and high score. Once you hit try again, it'll let you redo the game. We have our pause menu, which lets you resume from where you are or quit. When you quit, you go back to the main menu, and then our quit button exits out completely.
All right, who's on that list?
So hello, Dakota Stone again. This game Graffiti. This past week, we just worked on. Wade worked on a bunch of getting his level a lot more white box, looking really nice. We have a little tutorial area that we're going to be working on. Not going to be focusing as much time on, but James did put a lot of time on getting the art assets implemented for that, making them look real nice. So I'm going to show it off anyway. So here's the tutorial area. You got a lot of the art in. I really like the art. It got a lot of stuff in the background. Makes it look more like a city. We have the player controller besides the tank in this scene. I don't have it implemented in the other scenes, unfortunately, but we're still working on being able to get in and out of the tank with that. And then we have the turf tag level, which has had a lot of work done to the background scenery. The tank has been getting a lot of updates, so it can actually go up hills It's an important one. Yeah, got a lot of the scenery back in the background done. Makes the city look a lot better. We haven't had time to actually implement the game mode yet, but this week we're going to be pushing really hard on getting in so we can actually have a nice playable demo for people to join and fight for turf and everything else. So, yeah. Thank you.
Hi, Ian here. I am project lead for Firebreak. And for our sprint, we had a big focus on revamping our AI and getting our first pass for our UI elements in place for our next sprint. So as you can see, it's no longer got your character in the top left-hand corner of the screen. It's not just some blank, mysterious silhouette. Instead, now we have the model itself, which will then be able to adjust based on any kind of equipment that your character might be wearing that would fit in that portrait. This red ball might be a little confusing at first, but that is currently our tracer to show where the angle of your shots will go when moving around. The angle of the ball's strafe will increase based on your movement, and if you hold right click, you'll go into I guess it would be an aim down sights mode, even though we aren't in first person, but it allows your character to have a more tight pattern while moving at a slower pace. Along with that, we've got a basic inventory system where you can pick stuff up and move it around. For some reason, we can also pick up empty spots to swap them out. But we also have first passes for the menus that would show up within our ship level, including a new functional level selector. And within our first mission here, we got some dudes that drop out of the sky and want to kill you if you get close enough. Normally, they'll just randomly patrol around the area once you get close. But once you get within a certain distance, they'll try and shoot at you. I did take some damage, although these guys actually must have very, very weak guns compared to what I was using. But it's basically a first draft on what... Oh my god, never mind. That's actually terrifying. So, the first draft on the level is now a lot more interactive, which is what I really wanted to push for our build, so that way you guys can actually see what we wanted. And we also redid our little quit menu to just be the level selector in case you wanted to use that again. Groundwork is now in place for a lot of what we need to do for our next sprint, which is going to involve character progression to include stat allocation and increasing, or in this case, purchasing stat upgrades like health, stamina, strength, agility, things like that, as well as revamping our AI so that way it's a little more complicated than just running at you and shooting as quickly as it can. Hope to see you guys for the next sprint, though, and hopefully it'll be a lot more impressive aesthetically than what we currently have.
Hello, I'm Todd, lead for Siege Bots, and this sprint was primarily focusing on the bot builder itself, just making it flow a bit better. It's a lot easier. Did some work on the menu. So we have a quit button now, so that's nice. If you want to sign up for our mailing list, you can do that. But what I really want to show is the bot builder here. So on the side here, you can look at, these are all the menu options. There's bot info where you can change your bot's name and it'll show stats. Some point there's loading your bots, so these are some bots that the team made the other day, so they're kind of just here to kind of show what you can do. All the icons are generated at runtime, so we don't have to make individual icons for every piece. So that's something nice you can do. Something that a lot of people gave us feedback for was rotating pieces. So you can now rotate pieces, and if they don't fit in that spot, you can't place them. And deleting pieces, so all that fun stuff that you can do. And we've got some new parts in, courtesy of Tuesday. And where is Tuesday?
Probably crashed somewhere.
Yeah. Well, if you see Tuesday, tell him he did a good job. Some other pieces. We don't have painting in yet, or undoing and redoing, but those are planned features. And everything else is, you know, the same as you've seen before. So, thank you.
Alright, cool. Hello, my name's Alex Wall. I'm lead for R&R. So for this sprint, one of our main goals, or our goals for the sprint, is still basically user experience, characters, and the main level. Basically trying to wrap everything together so that we can get a good enough prototype so that Doug and Daryl can actually go pitch it to investors at the end of the semester. So some of our our assets that are not in the game yet is one of these, which is the Ferno. This is our Tinker class that Matthew Dubois is working on. He's creating a character model. He is pretty much done with sculpting, and he'll be working on texturing and getting that finalized so that we can get it in for next build. Along with John Goodall, who is making our Cora model. She is our archer. She uses a railgun. He is almost done with sculpting. He just has to finish up some things on the hair, and then he will be doing some texturing as well. That's it for our out-of-game assets. So one of the big things that we were working on for this sprint was getting a new temple map in, and that's the biggest thing I'll be showing off today. What else we've been working on for this sprint is we've been working on a lot of bugs and user feedback that we've gotten from just playtests and other people just playing our game. So myself, Garrett, and Chase all have been working on that list of just stuff that needs to get reworked. So this is our new temple map. We added a lot more detail into it. Got a lot of like molding and whatnot. One of the feedbacks is we used to have like an archway here to get in and out, so now it's just this simple doorway, so it's a lot easier to get in and out. And then we have the outside of the map. And then Bart Driscoll went through and he reset designed some things, and basically he just distinguished each side by basically the set design of it. The magic was supposed to be more clean and cut, whereas the tech side is supposed to be a lot more dirty and just destroyed everywhere. Other than this, once again, we've been working on a lot of bugs and whatnot. One of the biggest bugs that we fixed was a lot of the times when you were like running towards objects or jumping and whatnot, you would just fly off objects. So now we just smoothly just go over objects now, so we don't have any more of that just gliding all over the place. For this next sprint, we'll be trying to get those character models in, fixing some more bugs, and hopefully getting most of this finalized so that we can have a cleaner build. Thank you.
All right, good morning, everybody. My name's Austin Harrington. I am the team lead for Communication Meltdown. As I've done over the course of the last several sprint reviews, I'm going to show you a video. It's very hard to do live VR and multiplayer. I'm going to play through it once, and then I'm going to talk about what you're seeing. So let's begin. Where is sound? So that was short, but there's actually a lot to cover. But okay, so that was our local movement system. It's our IK system. It's something we did with Call Center Simulator over last year, and so we're just getting that. We're starting to implement that. There's a lot of tuning to do, obviously, but we did want to show it off because it's fun. So let me just skip through and talk about some of the things we saw in the video. So to start, we've started getting our lobby system implemented, and so this is obviously early, but it's getting there. This is the actual based on gameplay, and so that's what we have to show for now. Again, IK can be a little hard, but we have a pretty good range of movement. We can dab, we can do the YMCA, we can shoot energy balls like Goku, and we can kind of do the funky chicken. So we're getting there. I can't wait to show you guys what we're working on next sprint. Either next sprint or the following sprint, we will be doing a 4-player live match, but we've got some work to do before then. So yeah, we'll see you in a few weeks.
Hello everybody, I'm Donald Shepis. I am the team lead for Trident. I got in a little late today, so I'm going to have to throw this on real quick. This sprint has seen a few different things for us. Let me just freeze that real quick. Where is it? That's over there. Oh. Used to be in the bottom left. Oh, no, yes, allow. This sprint saw a few of our programming tools. Click, please. Oh, there we go. Built out. We also have a new version of the playtest rules. Come on. There we go. So, first things I'll start off with, just because they're pretty quick because they're visual. We've got 2 of the Leviathan inserts ready to go to be put into the game documents. So this is the first one, and the second, as you can see, we have this kind of 80s anime style that we're going for, kind of heavily inspired by like Robotech and that trailer that World of Warcraft, or not World of Warcraft, Blizzard put out for Heroes of the Storm. And so that's kind of the style we're going with. It's also a pretty good homage to a lot of the inspirations we're pulling from. So we've got two builds. The first is the dice roller that we have. It plays a little funny on desktop just because it's designed for being used on the phone, so that way you can click and drag. But as it throws down, you can see that the temporary dice that we have, they roll, they land, and it automatically tells you how many successes you have. Currently we're going through and it's a process of making a bunch of mobile builds, testing it and trying to get that feel of the dice being rolled as authentic feeling as we can, as if you were actually, as if your phone was a dice box and you shake the box to get the dice to roll. And so that's a tool that's going to give us a leg up in our next semester of production. Okay. Didn't think about that. I'm not going to be able to show, well, maybe? Okay, so it doesn't actually need access. That's good. And so this, our online programmer down to that left built up. The previous build you saw was Zach, our lead programmer. And this is the beginnings of what's going to be our hex movement system. So currently you can zoom all the way out in this field of white hex looking things, and then I can go in and I can start painting the hexes, and you can see they already have a little bit of height to them. But say I wanted to make a C real quick and go through, get everything to be up a little higher, drop that elevation down, and then, let me reduce that. Actually, we'll brush that, it's fine. And when we go back in to what would be the view of the actual Tridents and Leviathan on screen, you can see that it's already handling all of the layer differences, or the height differences. It's coloring in the textures. Currently, they're just kind of placeholder bright colors. But as you can see, I can even go in further, and we get that step delineation, and it's a quick and handy tool, just so that way we can rapidly build different map types. And what Daniel's going to be doing is he's going to be then layering the movement system on top of this. And so that way we'll basically be able to rapidly generate and play in maps of different sizes and play around with the different mechanics therein. While we do have a new, we're at our third version of the rule set. We're not going to be doing a playtest today. There's a lot of stuff that we still want to work on. So the folks that were going to help us playtest from previously, it's not going to be this milestone, but next. But yeah, that's what we currently have going on for Trident. We're just continuing to focus on those physical document and all the things in that, but we do have tools that's going to give us a leg up next semester. Thank you.
So, good job. Yeah. Don't know how I still don't know what to say for wrap up, but yeah, good job with all the builds. I liked them. Looked really good. I don't think me liking them is too important, but so yeah, get out there, make some good stuff and all that, and goodbye online students.
Isn't it fun putting Dakota on the spot? All right, give Dakota a hand. Everybody.
Wait a minute, stop recording.
I didn't take it down.
Okay.